So what do you call yourself? Welcome to the LaTangela Show. Hey.
Hey, what can I do for you this fine day?
This is your destiny.
Hot, hot, hot. Right now.
Welcome to the LaTangela Show.
Kick it.
Come on in and enjoy yourself.
Right now.
We gon' party like no one else. Welcome to the LaTangela Show.
Because now I'm about to officially pick my fight because I was heartbroken. I was sitting here, I've been up since 3 o'clock this morning, anticipating the arrival of none other than the Ron Killings. And then it just killed my spirit when I thought he was too busy. And then I was like, he traded me in for chicken. I realized
No,
because you wanted to go get you some chicken instead.
no. Actually, I ate chicken last night.
Oh,
I ate the bird last night. I just had me a little protein candy bar. That's all.
okay. Was it good?
Actually, I'm addicted to them.
Okay.
I don't eat breakfast.
It's got to be worth something if you're addicted to it, because we know that you are not running off of just air and fumes. You're on some jet fuel.
You got to be on jet fuel with today's world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's like I never eat breakfast. My first meal is like maybe 2, 3 in the afternoon.
Really? Are you an
Yes.
early riser?
Huh?
Are you an early riser?
Not in particular, unless I have to be.
Yeah.
But I mean, even if I'm up at 6, 7 o'clock, taking my girl to school and stuff, I still won't eat.
Right.
I may nibble on the protein bar, but that's it. I still can't eat till I don't think it's time to eat yet.
Because you know what? Living in the world of greatness, because that's the world that you've curated. Anything that you do, you touch it in the spirit of excellence. And it's like you don't half step with anything. So there's a level of achievement, but there's also like a level of mystery, because we be trying to figure it out. Like, how does this man keep doing this? How does he keep evolving? You are no stranger in the world of entertainment. You have been so consistent. How did you know that this entertainment lifestyle would be the realm that you wanted to make a profession versus just a hobby? Like, what was that moment that sparked it for you?
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah. You don't lie to me.
I remember when I was, and I talked with my son about this. He plays basketball for Penn State, Great Allegheny.
Woo.
And my first time going to work, a real job, like going to work, I went to work with my dad years ago, you know what I'm saying? Like I was little. And what my dad was doing for a living, I knew it. And actually, like right now, he said, I remember when you first told me you couldn't be a 9 to 5, you didn't want to be a regular person, you wanted to do something else. And at that time, like I was like 10, 11 years old.
Wait.
I was already, because of the church, because of the way I was raised, we was all religious.
Yeah.
Music was already there. My daddy, you know what I'm saying, he strummed on the guitar. My mom, them, they tried to sing. Yeah, so music was always there. And me and my sister, me and my siblings, or just me, always entertaining for the family. Always just being funny, whether it's just walking upside down or standing on my head, something, always was doing that. But going to work with my dad was the one time I remember saying, this is not what, if this is called work, this is not what I want to do. And back then, I didn't know it. My dad used to work, they was doing septic tank work.
Okay.
With doo-doo. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, and then, you know, in my latter years, graduating high school, before I even graduated, I was opening shows for people.
Okay.
Jeff Rock, Tracy Spencer. Yes, acts that came through North Carolina, South Carolina. Me and my little group, we would, you know what I'm saying, we would open up for them. I was an opener. And still in school.
Yeah.
So I kind of like knew, dang, this is what I want to be doing right here. This is where my love is at. I just started rapping and had my little group. And so I would say around between 10, then it hit me again around 16, 17, 18. And when I graduated, I just knew entertainment was something that I had to like be a part of. I knew I was funny. I was in school and they would give me the auditorium during lunch period to go tell jokes. And I didn't even know no jokes.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I didn't know no jokes. I just knew how to be funny.
So
And I knew
escape it even if you tried. You know, it's like it was a destiny that was just chasing you one way or the other. You spoke it into existence. God heard what you said and said, well, here we go. Here we are. What's up? Like,
Boom. You exactly. LaTangela, that's it. That's pretty much it. And I just you evolve with time, just like everything else does. You know what I'm saying? You live, learn, and you adapt.
yeah. And, you know, and as an artist, I hear in your music, you have a lot of real life in it. It's not the smoke, it's not the mirrors. It is all actual, factual. If you're talking about keep grinding, you got something for that. If you talk about inspiration, you got something for that. How much transparency are you willing to give in your songs? Because people, they followed your career in different facets, right? So we know you, but when we get the substance, because as a writer, I would keep pens, pads. My journal knows me better than half of the people I talk to every day, right?
Right.
But as a writer, when we decide what we're going to lift off of these pages and put into these microphones and into the ear gates of others, that's a piece of us that we're giving them. How do you
Right.
difference between the part that they think they know to the part that, oh, I'm finna give you so you really know?
That's a good question.
Well, thank you. I tried.
Yeah, that's a damn good one. With me, I try to be as transparent as possible. I feel like I'm a living and walking testimony for somebody else. I'm that light that's gonna shine bright in somebody's dark spaces that they're going through in life. Because I've been through those dark spaces. I've had to embrace those dark spaces. So with me being as transparent as I can, um, putting my experiences or putting what I've seen, felt, been through, experienced on in music, I think I can reach a lot of ears. I can help heal a lot of hearts, or at least encourage or motivate or teach you discipline when motivation is not there.
Yeah.
Just teach you to be consistency and just like mainly be your own cheerleader.
Yeah. I had to write that down. When you say discipline, when the motivation isn't there. Is that
Oh yeah, life will knock the motivation out of
you
you.
punched me in my mouth and I couldn't swing back. I was like, I thought we were friends. Like, you punched me this morning because I didn't punch that punching bag. Get out my business.
Yeah, see,
Leave me alone.
you see, yes, and that's what it is. It's I'm human. There's a lot of times I've lost my motivation because of whatever life threw at me, and I didn't duck when I should have dodged, weave when I should have bobbed, whatever, and got hit with it. We're human. We're supposed to go through that roller coaster of emotion. We're supposed to be sad, happy, confused, doubtful. I doubt myself too. But like we said at the beginning, I already knew who I was at a young age. I was becoming that person. And sometimes those adversities and those times of lost motivation, that discipline, it takes control and it drives the vehicle for you.
Right. And you know, and then honestly, it's like people will see the filtered version, the polished version, but when those lights stop flashing, those cameras stop rolling, and when the silence gets really loud and you got to deal with whatever life is lifing at you right now, it's like you
Yes,
can't say it out loud in certain spaces if it's not a safe space. And then
right.
in what is a safe space, if you say it out loud to the wrong ear gate, it then becomes a weakness. So where do I go for the help? Where do I find the solution? How do I get outside of self and say, "Ooh, this is a lot," and it's a lot. It's a lot. You know what I mean? So
It
just
is a lot.
as people are living their best filtered lie, dealing with transparency, dealing with issues, and being an overcomer, what motivates you to find your source? How do you tap in?
Um, it's weird you ask that. You have to become numb to a lot of things,
Mm.
and
Don't you just hate
and
being
that's
on the island numb sometimes?
huh?
Don't you just hate being on that island feeling numb sometimes?
Yes, but that sometimes when you come off that island, you feel any and everything you need to feel. You feel what you're supposed to, and being on that numb island sometimes is needed for us
Yeah.
to get everything in perspective, for us to get everything, for us to get suited up to
Mm.
go do that life. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's normal to have to like put that numbness. You know what I'm saying? Push that button to like feel that certain part. I'll give you a good example. when I lost my sister, I had to push that button. I still dealt with it. I still like, I had my own way of dealing with it, but I still had things I had to like continue to do that I knew she would want me to continue to do.
Right.
Life still be life. So you have to like, you have to know how to like go on that numb island, vacate for a little bit, and come back to the real world and finish living this life off.
Right. Yeah. And it's a decision every single day. And people can't tell us
Yes.
how our healing process look like. They can't tell us what is going to impact our mental, how it's going to impact us. And that eventually eats away at you spiritually and physically. And that's what we're seeing. So many people stressing out, stroking out,
Mentally, yes.
and this is the strongest thing that we have. So as soon as we start doubting ourselves too much, everything else around us look like a hoax. So we don't know.
Exactly. Hey, life don't come with no handbook. Who got it?
Yeah. Yeah. So but we over here trying to etch it out, comparing notes. Hey, Ron, what does it look like for you at 8:22 p.m.?
No.
What did you do at 7:33 a.m.? How does go?
And then people say, man, you doing that at the age you are, like, you too old to do. Like, I never been this age before. This is my first time.
Now I'm supposed to, and I'm still warming up. But people may say,
yes.
Like an expert at everything that you touch, you have just excelled beyond your wildest belief. So the world is in awe, whether it's center ring, whether it's center stage, it doesn't matter. You are the truth, right?
Right. Pun intended. Yeah.
All the way intended. But it's just like now, as a mic rocker, you're giving the next version of self. I wouldn't be shocked if you ran for office, because we're always trying to see what's next. Either your campaign manager or your running mate. We're good here. But you have this single out, Better Play. Tell me the inspiration about Better Play. Because I almost took it as a threat, like you better play it. I was like, you know what, you're right.
Yeah.
That wingspan is real. You run faster and you stronger and you flip people. So
right.
Better play.
Now, hey, better play is like I've heard so many people say it. I've heard Deion Sanders say it. Life is all about making plays. Yeah. You got to make a play. Sometimes we make the wrong play. Sometimes we pick the wrong play. Sometimes we pick better plays. I was at a point in my life with the injury from wrestling, with me thinking on the next move, with me trying to evolve myself, reinvent myself, with me, I ain't new to this, I'm true to this, but with me making this whole comeback, Better Play came about, I got to make some better moves. I got to make some better choices. I'm sure people can relate to like making wrong plays when you was younger, to the more you mature, the more you life. Now you at the point in your life to where you're making better plays, better choices, better decisions.
You mean like this morning?
Yes. and that ain't nothing but a little flea flicker right there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You gotta pick a better play. You gotta go for some passes out there. You gotta make some moves. You gotta make some dives. You know what I'm saying? You gotta tumble a little bit. You're gonna get tackled. Life's about making better plays as we go. As we play this game, better play is pretty much about making better decisions in life.
I love it. And then you have What It Is. Come on now. I mean,
oh my gosh.
You are the ultimate entertainer. So if they're looking for a soundtrack, go ahead and break that down for me.
Hey, What It Is that was like, actually that song, I dropped that song and I was injured 2 weeks later.
Come on.
So, girl, see, yes. But see, yeah, What It Is just me coming out, letting everybody know, like, age ain't nothing but a number. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I never been this age before. So this is my first time doing this. But I know what I know how to do.
Rocking it.
Boom. And riding it. You know what I'm saying? I know how to do what I do. Right. So I'm gonna do it to death. And what it is just like me giving you that introduction into like what RKE, Ron Killer's Entertainment, is about to offer. And all the music you're hearing is just me and my producer. And he's like actually managing me at the same time. So there's no big label behind me. There's no smoking or nothing. It's just us two putting the mind together and just giving y'all some dope ass music.
I love that. When you say it's just me and him, it's us not having to have the pressure of saying what people are telling us to say, because, you know, we got to say this because this is where the content and the narrative goes in order for me to get this amount of clicks. You got to live this lifestyle because this is what's portrayed.
Yes.
I'm like, but as an artist, no one is a real artist anymore if they're living it that way, because now you just got cookie cutter time fillers and slot changes. That's not what artistry is about. And being that you have mastered showmanship, craftsmanship, and you know how to portray a story. Now, you know, just like with radio, it's theater of the mind. As you're writing it out, you're already seeing how you want the video because you're a visionary and this is the process. So no, they can't go here telling you, hey Ron, yeah, that's tight, but we can't do that. Scratch that. And let's come over here and mumble a little bit.
And then let's write about what's going on, the typical. You have to write about girls, drugs, violence, and like, that's not what my music is about. I want to encourage, I want to like motivate, I want to make you feel happy. I want to make you feel like doing something. Something positive. You want to just feel like my music is that drive that makes you feel like doing something. And that's what, like, it puts a smile on your face. It just makes you, you know how you hear a certain song, just makes you happy, makes you feel like doing something. I want my music to be that change from the dark to the light to the bright to the, you know what I'm saying? Like, that this is some music right here. And that's pretty much every song you hear from me is gonna be like that. You won't ever hear no dark, like you won't ever hear no song like that from me.
I mean, they got enough of that in the world. Like, depression is really out here, and people take it so lightly because the first thing they're gonna do is push you in the corner, put a label on you, and prescribe you. You know, like, but how do you really get to the other side of it? You have to go through it. And when you say jump off the island and go through all of the feels, it's okay to feel something. It's okay.
It is okay
to not be okay. And to hear a man who has dominated in the areas that you have for so long saying, hey, look, I was dealing with this injury. And this came about. This is the level of inspiration. When you're dealing with that injury, we hear what's going on in here. What keeps you inspired to want to get up, or not to think that it was all in vain, or not to think that this is an ending, but a new beginning and the continuation of. It's perception.
Yes, every setback is a setup. You know what I'm saying?
I like it.
Yeah, you got to look at that. You got to. I was taught, because I'm human again. Transparency. I've doubted myself before. I had to be reminded of who I was, but it was in me, me having the right positive things, and people around me said certain things that sparked certain fires in me that made me just like, I am that dude. I know what I do. Or me going back to what I do that makes me that guy, that makes me, you know what I'm saying, feel what I need to feel, whether it's depression, that's real, whether it's happy, whether it's being creative. Once we get intact with all those emotionals and we learn how to have self-control over that, we can have self-control over everything. Like we said, ain't no handbook to it. We're learning as we go with this.
Itching it out.
And no blueprint.
And just across the board, I want you to speak a little bit to the area. We talk about it, you know, and we do our check-ins, make sure everybody tapping in, everybody good, smiling faces, jazz hands, but are you okay, right? And those things are appreciated because people aren't concerned if you are really okay. They're concerned about, are you okay enough to give me what I need when I need it? So when a genuine "are you okay" comes across, it's different. And for those talking to the men right now, because it sounds different coming from me with a level of encouragement for him. I mean, it very well could be fine and dandy. But for a man who is trying his hardest to hold it all together, those choices are now some consequences. But it's not the end of the tunnel for him. It's times like he very well could be time stamped in whatever level of a process that he's going through right now. What words of wisdom would you give him, or the words of wisdom you would have given a younger Ron Killings?
Go through and work the process. Get out of the process what you're in there for. There's something in that process that the universe, the higher power, is trying to deliver to you for you to come out of it a winner. We're born to be winners. Don't feel bad about feeling the process or being in the process, because you're going to come out on top. And I always try to like tell people, stop worrying about being in the process or worrying about the situation and think of a result. Think of the you know what I'm saying? Like if you forget about the problem and think of the solution, you halfway there already. So I'm always thinking about solution. When I'm injured or when I'm down, when I'm depressed, I'm thinking about what I'm doing to get out of it. I'm not thinking about or moping around in that. So for anybody that's like in that process, go through it, feel it, it's normal. Then you stick your chest out, your head up, and you come up out of it stepping out.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know what? That's a word. We can pass the collection plate right there. That's
Hey, I met Jack Crockett in a halfway house. So I'm telling you, I'm like a walking testimony.
yeah.
In a half, who would have thought that I would be? I'm known worldwide,
Yeah.
LaTangela, but I met this guy in a halfway house. He had no idea who I was, and just come from going through the process.
Right.
Me meeting him, I call him my ram in the bush. Me meeting him, going against the grain, doing something else. There's always a way to get to where you want to get to. If it doesn't work out going one way, you have to be willing to like be feasible with life.
That's it.
That's it.
And give yourself some grace because we're all running a race. It's going to look different, but you know, just keep your pace. The grace
Keep
that
your pace. Yes, you ain't got to get there first.
It's us cutting our own grace off and thinking
That's
that
it.
it is the end, and it's not. It's just a new beginning. And I'm so proud of you. I'm super excited to get you on the hot seat.
Thank you.
I want you to know that this is an extension of your office. This is exactly where you left me last time you did a walkthrough. So I
That
feel
is it right there. Yeah.
Zoom this time. Man, pull up on me.
I'm gonna pull up. I'm for real. I'm gonna pull up.
Okay, I'll be looking for you. Yeah.
And I want to appreciate you. You from day one, we connected and our vibe was right there. And you've always supported me, LaTangela. You've always told me, hey, you can do this. I'm proud of what you're doing. And again, for men, it is awesome to hear people say, I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you. And I am. And don't you
And
ever
I'm proud of you too.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. And you know, I'm looking
Yes.
forward to one of these remixes. We got to make that happen because
Yeah, we talked about that a while
wants
ago.
Let's do it.
All right.
The official RonKillings.com. That's how we can get the inside scoop on the music, on the happy healing sessions, on the transparency levels, on the workouts. Whoo, you punched me in my mouth this morning about that punching bag. I'm about to go get it in right now. And I know you have more work to do too. So I'm going to let you chase the sun or let the sun chase you. But either way, get after it. I love you.
Don't forget your steps.
Nothing you can do about it. What you
Get your steps in.
my steps in today. You heard me?
All right. All right.
So much.
Thank you for having me on.
Anytime.